All right. So, like I said, let's get this started. Right. So, you know, this is the thing, man. I can see what I can just see what it is, man. I can see the situation clear as day. You know what I mean? And that's why for me, it's in my best conducive interest to be very smart, right, about how I'm speaking and what I'm doing in my actions. And what folks don't get is that's literally what the enemy and what the devil does is tries to affect things, right? Because I mean, this came out in a reading and download that it all has to do with what I'm speaking, right? With my mouth, right? So literally that's what the devil is focused on. He's always been focused on that, right? Because I mean, the efforts that the devil has made, and with all these agents of Satan, right, that he's used, um, it's just the agenda is very clear, right? And the devil doesn't want the truth coming out. The truth has been out. That's first of all, right? Second of all, right, you have to understand something. I mean, you have to actually have some notoriety and some fame. You got to be known, and you got to have a seat at the table, like I said, to have this discussion or any discussion. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, I'm one good looking dude, man. Eh, you know what I mean? It's quite entertaining to me and funny what these folks is on and what they doing and how they all talk a different way when I'm not around. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'll let you stay on what you want. You feel me? Because that's exactly why everything is the way it is. You understand? Like I said, everything that you want to claim and say, none of it exists, but me, I actually have all those things. Like I said, I mean, me, I have it all, brother. I don't have to go around talking about what I have because that's called overcompensation. You understand? So, I mean, I just think it's hilarious because they have no real tactics. They pretend, right? They want to talk and have conversations on the internet, right? When I mean, these are folks and people who literally see me all the time. Okay. I just had one of them, right? And you have to understand, they literally were saying that they don't know what I look like. But then you just said that I'm notorious on 6th Street or in Austin. Well, which is it? That doesn't make any sense. It can't be both, sister. It's got to be one or the other, right? Because the truth is that everybody knows me. Everybody. So, I mean, again, what is the purpose of just saying things that aren't true and everything you're saying doesn't exist? You don't own a business, right? Me, I built every business I ever created. I built myself off of hard work and dedication, right? So, I mean, the truth is, oh, you're definitely in your feelings. You're definitely in your feelings. And, that's all of them. All of them, all them narcissists, always are in their feelings. And it's just crazy because you're hyper focused on me. All y'all are focused on me, right? That's why every action you do is about me. Every word you speak is about me. I mean, the fact is, they're all obsessed, right? And 100%, I'm gonna call them out publicly, right? Because what you're saying doesn't make any sense. So this individual, right, um, has some kind of account, right, talking about what was it, Foxy something, Foxy something or other, right? And all these people have gotten together, right? And it's crazy the questions you ask and the things you say because they couldn't be farther from the truth, right? And so you come across me on the internet, right? just by random coincidence, which nothing is random and nothing's a coincidence, right? But it just happens like that. And then you're literally sitting there and you're saying a bunch of nonsense that doesn't exist. Like it's like a program you follow. Because all these narcissists, all y'all got on the same page to do what exactly? So when you say why this and this and that, and you try to ask these silly questions, I mean, my federal lawsuit is completely put together. I don't have to come on here and explain anything. See, that's what you want. That's why you was like, oh, please do. Y'all always say those things. You always act like you're encouraging something. I don't know what that is because it's all bluffing and it doesn't make any sense. See what I'm saying? See, this is not the reaction that you wanted or thought would transpire or take place, right? What you want is people to be out of character. You want people, right, to be acting impulsively. Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're panicking. They're panicking. They know what it is. And whoever that individual is, right? First of all, I know who all of y'all are. That's the first thing you need to understand. And I also know and realize that all those bars out there got together. I saw the little fake campaign you were trying to run online, right? And you were trying to do with me basically what they do in the music industry. Let me ask you something, honey. Are you a music industry or is it just a fake little bar industry that nobody cares about? Can you please explain that and answer that for me? And you have the link. So you have every ability to come over here, right? But yet you're not going to back up any position because, well, you don't have one, honey. hmm So, I mean, first of all, first lie, you said that I made a video that was 2 hours long. Never made a 2 hour long video. I don't think at any point in my entire career. They're called live streams, and I'm a public figure, like I told you, and I'm literally famous as it gets. In fact, I'd go as far as to say I'm the most famous celebrity in the world right now, tangibly. So when you say the things you say, why do you just say things that don't exist? And why are you projecting? You continue with the same terminology. So what are you talking about? Everything I'm saying exists and it's proven right in front of you. What do you mean? That's the same game like when people play that game like, oh, show me this, show me that. I'm not showing you nothing. You're in your feelings, right? And it's crazy. She's just sitting there, not doing anything, not succeeding, talking about she's a business owner. I got news for you, honey. There's not a single one of you, okay, on 6th Street that owns a business. And I keep telling you this. You don't even understand. The people who call themselves bar owners don't even own a business. Do you understand that? Do you understand how silly that sounds? The bar owners own a name. They don't own the buildings, okay? Bob Woody himself doesn't own the buildings. He's a mason and he's just in a fake position. And all of y'all are basically the underlings, right? That are underneath him, and all y'all work together, and y'all still are not successful, haven't stacked any real money. You aren't rich. I mean, and you're a third party to all of this, trying to give an opinion on someone you know nothing about. You don't come from my walk, right? I mean, I come from a totally different world than you, right? And it's crazy because you're acting like all this stuff hasn't happened. It all already happened. I already stood up to everyone in one. So again, what are you talking about? See, this is not the place for that. You understand what I'm saying? How you going to be in your feelings, right? Over little old me, right? Like, that's crazy. And then people try to speak and talk, and we're responding, and you can't handle the truth because you already know the truth is coming, right? And then that's what they do. They want to say lies and then want to not be corrected. No, you stand corrected. You stand corrected like all of them stand corrected. You understand? So, I mean, again, I've never been in the business of talking about people, right? You just said, first you say Nobody knows me. But then you said I'm notorious out there on 6th Street in Austin. So which is it? And we all know the truth that I'm notorious, right? According to you, which I'm not notorious. I'm well known and I'm loved and liked and appreciated. So again, what do you mean? I mean, you say, yeah, please do a show about me or what? Well, nothing is about you because you don't have an identity, like I said. So again, what do you mean? This isn't about you. All of this is about me. Y'all were focused on me, right? You did all these illegal things and illegal stuff that you've done, right? So what you literally just did right there, right, is actually slander. Okay? Slander is a crime. So, I mean, what do you have to say to that? Nothing, right? That's why they can't come to the show and back up their position, right? And like I said, I mean, why would you try to dismiss reality and then project? I mean, you're using the word delusion, but the only delusion that's proven crystal clear across the board is everything that you said and stated that doesn't exist. Point proven. It's that easy, sister. So what do you mean? I mean, you keep on talking and saying these things. I mean, again, I was right in front of all these folks. You understand? I don't get that. I don't get how there can be this system and y'all still can't be fair, right? You can have conversations in person, right? And these people, like, I know exactly who you are. You've seen me 8 million times in front of those bars. You see me working for them, right? So what are you talking about? You've seen me right in front of you. I know exactly who you are. I know who all of y'all are. In fact, I know pretty much everything. Actually, that's the part that you're wrong about. So again, I mean, if folks don't know who I am, then how is it that I know everything about everything and I'm in the middle of everything? Can you explain that? Like I said, y'all talk different online. That's what y'all do. You know what I mean? That's what scary individuals do. You know what I mean? You can have that. Like I said, all I'm going to continue to do, like I did, is respond. It seems funny to me. It really does. It seems funny to me and ironic that you want to talk, but when people respond and say the truth and the facts, you can't seem to handle it. Honey, I own billions in equity, right? I got access, full access to buildings cost billions of dollars. You want to use these dismissive terms. I mean, there's nothing crazy about it. It's my reality. I have receipts for everything. I could show you everything, but I don't need to, right? Because you already know it's real, because you know my word is the truth and my word is law and my word is bond. Billions in equity, mansion and estate, over 2,000 in jewelry, right? 530 on my wrist got you pissed. Mineral rights, oil royalties. Was the best with stocks. That's why all I ever did was cut profits, right? So again, what do you mean? I mean, just honestly asking. I mean, I'm a real CEO. You can tell by looking at me, we don't live the same. We don't move the same. We don't look the same. We don't do anything the same. Not to mention I'm the real Bruce Wayne and I'm Batman. So you want to talk about Batman behind his back in a whatever disparaging way. How is that cool? While you sitting around doing nothing, accomplishing nothing, and still worried about me. How do you say, if people don't know me, how do you know me? If you're talking, why do you feel the way you do when folks just simply respond to you with the facts? I would love to know. These narcs, they all got together, right? Like I said, TJ already gave me the federal indictment for pretty much all of 6th Street. What's crazy about that? It's crazy that all you folks got together to work against one man, which is me, and it involves an underground illegal organization called the Red Triangles that's completely proven all across the board. I mean, there's corrupt officials being arrested every day. There's people like this being arrested every day because of crimes just like this. Again, my lawsuit is an entire conspiracy that's very real. That's why you're sitting there talking like that with your little fake smirk. I don't know what you're smirking about. I don't know what that means. I think we're way past that, sister. This is the thing with narcs. They have no self-awareness. Y'all are just like the familiars. That's why I'm telling you, it's real. And I'm the day walker, honey. And I do this for real. You understand? I'm really the real thing. Yeah, I mean, that's just like that other one, right? What was her name? Danny, right? You mean when I said the truth about her? You mean when I addressed her directly? Let's talk about it. What do you mean? Because I remember winning every time. That's what I remember. For real. So I need to understand why you're talking and you act like it, I don't know, trumps anything that I'm saying. Because it doesn't. But what I'm saying really does. Right? I mean, look at Danny. She was at that bar for however many years, never succeeded, never became anyone. All of them. Every single woman that you brought into that bar to dance on top of a bar has failed. So you said that I made a 2-hour video talking about a specific bar, which is a bull-faced lie and never happened, right? Well, now I'm going to talk about you. So, I mean, now you're going to have to go deal with that one. So what do you mean? See, this is the thing. They want to dismiss it and play it all. Oh, it's all fun and games. Oh, okay. So what A-Ray did, which was one of the most cowardly things you could possibly do, clowning around and going behind me and all this weird stuff, that wasn't a crime? Yes, it was. You want to sweep that under the rug, right? It wasn't a crime. I mean, it's not a crime, period. Just the way that you try to treat employees and people, that's a crime, right? I mean, what are you talking about? I mean, I'm pretty sure, we'll say allegedly, but I'm pretty sure, number one, there's embezzlement going on all across 6th Street. And I do this for a living, honey. I mean, you just woke up a monster. Was that a smart decision? What you should have done, lady, is just like you'll do in reality. You should have just not said nothing and kept it shaking and kept it walking. That's what you should have done. Right? Especially right now with all this that's going on and considering how far I have this federal lawsuit built and how much the deficit is increasing of me winning. Yeah, you should have just kept it pushing. You shouldn't have said nothing to me. I mean, you're just sitting there literally she said, I'm a business owner. You're an enabled narcissist. You will never be a business owner. Owning a business is failure. I keep trying to teach you the formula. This is why I run circles around folks like you. You're stuck in Austin. You're a local joker. Okay? You're not going to get anywhere. You want to talk a certain way, but you don't talk that way in front of me in reality. You understand? Yeah, this lady has seen me 8 million times. She knows exactly who I am. Just said, I don't know what you look like. Yeah, right. Said, were you one of the blah, blah, blah? First of all, that name is corny. Let's stop saying it because it's silly as hell. Right? That's number one. Let's get that addressed first. Yeah, that's what she's saying, like, what? So if this is the game we're going to play, then let's play it all the way, right? You want to play politics, right? Just like Abner said, let's play it all the way, right? So again, you got to understand, I mean, you said that it would be weird for me. This is how crazy they are and how silly. She just made the worst mistake she could ever make and worst decision ever. And she just literally restarted the whole thing where now I'm going to go in and it's going to help me win this federal lawsuit, right? So again, the bar that targeted me, right, was Coyote Ugly, right? That's the name of it, right? They've made movies about this bar, right? And I was the main bouncer. So had the film been made, if there's a film made, I was that guy for real. And I actually got down like that and was a real bouncer. And everyone knows. TJ knows. She knows, just like I told her, you want to talk about me, I'm who ran the show over there. So now I'm talking about you. You asked for me to talk about you. You said I made a 2-hour long video talking about Coyote Ugly. At no point did I. You accepted phone calls from the Red Triangles, which stem from Carly Fiorina, my aunt, who has had her plot since before I was born. All you folks worked against me. Your plan and plot is clear as day what you're trying to do with my name and my reputation, and it will not happen and it will not be tolerated. And when I come through 6th Street, people like you be ducking. You don't say nothing to me. That's the truth. Yeah, you know exactly what I look like, sister. What do you mean? It wasn't even that long ago. Like what? It's been maybe a couple years, maybe 3 years, and they still running their mouth. That's how powerful I am. They still talking about me. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I ain't even said the name of that bar yet. Not once. She said I made a 2-hour-long video about Coyote Ugly. When did that happen? Please show me. Please tell me. Said, oh, well, then it's still on your channel. You mean when I talked about you folks? So you want me to go in and talk about Melissa again? Is that what you want me to talk about? And you sit there and you said yourself out your own mouth, you keep on kissing up and saying fake compliments. You say a lot of fluff. You do a lot of fake talking. Hell, I look better than Melissa. Seriously, look at me. That's why you're in your feelings, because I'm beautiful, sister. Because like I said, I look better than all you so-called women. And all you do is spend every day, right, worrying about me and my accomplishments. Is that not the truth? I'm one man. What are you talking about? Huh? Explain it to me. You said something's crazy about it. What's crazy about it? What's crazy about standing up for yourself? I don't understand. You do understand that I'm literally friends on like Facebook with some of these individuals. You're saying that people are above reproach and I can't call them out publicly and I can't say the truth? What would be weird about that? What are you talking about? I mean, I could tell you one thing, right? Those folks, right, like Melissa, right? She posts really weird stuff on her Facebook. No, I'll tell you straight up what it is. That's what they do. They keep pretending like I don't have eyes, like I can't see, like I'm not allowed to look at something. That's what they say. Or then they start with their false things and false accusations. Like, I have eyes. You're a friend on Facebook. Why, I don't know. You should have been blocked me, right? And I mean, I don't care what none of you do. So, I mean, I'm going to address every statement you said. I don't pay no attention to you folks. She said some really weird stuff on her page, which I think exposes a ring. That's what I think it is. I think it's a ring, and I think it has to do with the same thing that Epstein did. And I'm not joking. And Melissa made a comment on her Facebook that aligns with that. That's why you're running around with these evil smirks and on your weirdo stuff. That's why none of y'all got a normal, actual, real boyfriend, because you're weird as hell. How about that? And you see example of it after example every day. They just found a teacher out here doing the same thing. What's up with y'all? Like, and meanwhile, you got whole real men like me out here in the world, and this is how you want to act towards me for no reason, totally unprovoked. Never said anything to none of these people. Never was anything but nice. Give me a second. Hell, I'll just go around. I'm gonna go around because he's messing with the grass. So you want all the truth to come out? Foxy. Foxy? Honey, I got news for you. You don't look like a fox, okay? Literally, you're in this like weird hoodie. Like, honestly, I thought that you resembled and looked like a Bengal tiger. You said, please do a show. I guarantee you ain't going to be asking me to please do another show after this. I promise that. Said what? Like, do y'all realize that you're like not even like gothic? You're not punk rock. Why do all of you have to have like 8 million piercings? I'm just saying, and like all your tattoos are lame and fake. Let's get real. talking about? You can't even handle pain. Y'all can't even get real cats, bro. What are you talking about? Said what? Foxy. Well, a hell of a name. Name yourself Foxy. The name don't even make sense. It's some weird name, right? Sits there. She said, and the first thing she said, she went and self-snitched immediately and told on herself and says, I can't wait to tell everyone. Oh, it is you. It is me, but you just said that you don't know what I look like. Oh, you don't know me, but you just said it is you. That's crazy. How is it crazy? Can you imagine? It's crazy that I'm actually from Austin and born in Austin and it's my city, right? And it's crazy that I logged online and got on the internet like everybody else. Listen to this lady. It is, absolute lunacy. Everything that she's saying doesn't exist, doesn't make any sense, right? Never has, never will. I don't even understand what the purpose is. Every time they talk, I'm just perplexed. Like real talk, like not even joking, like literally perplexed. Like, what did you just say? Bro, seriously, y'all got to do this everywhere? Like, come on, bro. Hold up. This is literally the problem. This is what's wrong with the world. You understand? That's why, no, me personally, I'm glad that those agencies are down here finally doing something, I hope. Finally doing what they're supposed to do. Because no, it's the truth. Y'all have been basically diluting the market for the labor market, job market, and it's people like you. I don't care about all that other stuff. You're all the same. That's what you don't get. And that's what you're supporting. You're supporting this empire of nonsense that kisses up to weak groups, right? And you're part of a weak group. You know what weak group you're a part of, lady? Foxy? I'm Foxy Cleopatra, and I'm a whole lot of woman. You want to know what group you're a part of, Foxy? You want to know? Just exactly what I told you. You're a part of what we call the habit group. You got a habit. You could tell by looking at you, you got a habit. Talking about you, a business owner. There ain't a single person who got a habit who's a real business owner, first of all, right? Well, who else you want to talk about? You want to talk about Tish? You want to talk about how backwards she is and how she's not intelligent and makes no sense at all? How she's never succeeded in anything and how she's basically the lapdog of Coyote Ugly? Do you want to talk about that? Do you want to talk about how they used and manipulated her and all of you, and then they just, release them and let them go and fire them whenever they want? Why are you still talking about Coyote Ugly, lady? You don't work there anymore, I'm sure. You're not successful. You don't have a business, right? I can guarantee you what you do is the same thing all y'all do. Because everybody who got a habit in Austin seems to stick together, right? Fake party together, but none of them have any fun. They all just got habits. And then that's how you get by. You just give each other all the opportunities and try to keep all the money to yourselves, just like you did in that bar. And I'm going to say it again. Like, I've literally watched that dude who was the manager at Shakespeare's. I've watched them upstairs. Okay. You don't get how good I am at what I do and how smart I am. I went into Casino El Camino. They all know everything about this because I'm from here. I went into Casino El Camino, and David is his name. He has a huge habit. He has a habit, 100%. And I've witnessed it with my own eyes. He has a habit, okay? And he'll sit there and he wants people to be quiet about his habit. And he's got a real habit, like a bad habit that you don't want to have, okay? He's got a serious problem. And that fake girlfriend runs around and acts like she's someone. She's nobody. These are all millennials, mind you. All of them. All of them. David's been addressed, right? He was trying to recruit me when I was that blind pig and telling me, yeah, you're a tough guy and I would never do this. And then everything he said he would never do, he tried and failed. Yeah, he tried to do the same thing, tried to act tough and got told what it was. And I just walked out just like all y'all, right? Nah, you folks work together right? Against one man, me, and I won. So, I mean, you're talking right now. Now's not the time to be talking, Foxy. Come on now, Foxy. Come on, Foxy. See, Foxy, let me explain something to you. When you tuck your tail, Foxy, and you run and hightail it away, because that's what all of you did, now's not the time to be talking. Just so you know, Foxy. And I'm not joking and I'm not kidding. They hightailed it like these folks do when they see Batman coming out here. These folks see Batman, they say, oh no, oh no, and they start running. So you said crazy. I mean, I think crazy is a very dismissive term. I mean, there's a thin line between crazy and genius. Am I crazy or am I just amazing? I'm not crazy. What was crazy is that lady you had trying to sing on the bar that literally could not sing at all and sounded like a drunken mule every time she opened her mouth. That was crazy. You want to talk though, right? You think he's a gang? I'm sorry, but what? You know exactly who I'm talking about, right? You already pictured her face. I don't even remember half these folks' names. She said, and then she had to throw in there, yeah, Melissa, you know, because she's gorgeous. Melissa's not gorgeous. Melissa's like a 1, like real talk, like not joking. I'm being for real. And all you do is be jelly of me, and then you got the nerve and audacity to try to role reverse that, brother. I'm happy for everyone. Melissa failed. She's been stuck at that bar for however long, right? These people are sick. Real talk. There's something wrong with them. Everything they're doing is illegal and wrong. You have connections to the banditos up there, right? Want to act like people are scared. Ain't nobody scared of the banditos. Like, what? I've told them 8 million times, just like I told them in your bar. What are you talking about? Yeah, they try to get them to act tough, like, oh, we're the banditos. We gonna do what we want. No, you're not. Not when I'm security, you're not. That's what I told them. Who are you? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Y'all have seen me in action in there, man. Plenty of times. Y'all have seen what it is with me. So you want to talk behind my back? That's cute. Go ahead. That's what cowards do. You understand? But just understand, it's a little different. You know what I mean? Because I talk in reality. I'm out here in front of everybody. You know, what I remember was me going to pick up my check and seeing all the dudes in that staff, whatever guys you could get, and they looked shook. They was scared when I went to go pick up my check because they know about me. They know I have no limits. They know I'm a gangster. They know about me. I'm a thug. I'm a real gangster. Okay? I happen to be the mob. So imagine folks thinking it's okay and going to be tolerated that you want to go behind the guy who's the mob's back and talk behind my back. What is that? Who is you? Where they do that at? Can you tell me? That stuff is crazy, bro. Like, you shouldn't have nothing to say. I completely won, but you want to open your mouth? Okay. Good. No problem. Yeah, go ahead and do that. And get ready. Because guess what? Just like I told you, I'll be filing a federal lawsuit. A lot of them. I'll definitely be filing a federal lawsuit against Coyote Ugly, right? And I know the whole inner workings of your entire bar. And that was never what I wanted to do. I tried and tried. I tried with you folks. What do you mean? Zoe was sitting. Zoe, first of all, has a habit. Her boyfriend looks like an actual T-Rex. You want to talk? Let's do it. That's what we call him. We call him the T-Rex. That boy thinks that he's a fake dealer. He's fake as hell. He's a fake dealer, and he literally will walk into the bar like this, like, he walks like this. You want to tell him the story about how he looked shook? You want to tell him that? See, I already stood up to all these folks. You want to tell him that? You want to tell him about the story? Because I looked right in his eyes. He was shook. Yeah, T-Rex is scared of me. T-Rex has seen me turn up. T-Rex is scared of me. So that's what I'm saying. You want to talk, right? And you want to play with people. You want to play with people's freedom, right? That's what y'all doing, right? Let's get real. You're all trying to play games about my money, my freedom, and play games about all of that and my life. That's what you're doing. But that's accepted? That's not accepted anywhere. I'm a grown man. I'm going to stand on business, just like I already did. I already stood up to everyone. I already told everyone what it is. I've already addressed everything. And they still talking? Why are you still focused on me, bro? Can you move on? Can you imagine? Like, said, oh, you think I'm mad? I don't think you're mad. I know you're mad. And see, here's the thing. You're talking from a completely delusional perspective. To ask me, you think I'm mad. Sister, I've never even met you. What? I don't know you. What are you talking about, bro? Like, get help. And she had the nerve to project that. Like, what? I mean, you got to make a statement first. I mean, I talk in person. You don't, right? I'm not hiding from nothing to nobody. And that don't even make no sense. Like, what? Like I said, nothing you said exists or was a fact. And you're just talking to talk. Well, your entire environment is only facilitated if you go along with these lies and these stories and this basically jelly campaign. That's what it is. It's a campaign from jellyfish, just like all these folks online, right? And you act like people care. Brother, I don't even pay attention to none of y'all. I haven't thought about that place or any of you ever at any point. What do you mean I did a 2-hour video? I've never even mentioned that bar, but now I'm going to. Yep. That's what I'm saying. You all act different when I'm around. That's what they all do. What do you mean? The main dude, right, is not successful at all. Isn't about nothing. John was one of the upper managers. John has seen me not respond to their fake illusion of authority that they don't have. John has seen me tell off Danny and said, "What's wrong with you? Are you crazy? She's a no one. She's a nobody. The CEO and the owner of Coyote Ugly is a nobody, and she's poor. And that's the truth. So again, what are you talking about? Brother, I've ran circles around y'all financially. I have every bank receipt to show for it. John was jealous when he heard that I made 10 grand because I sold some mineral rights when I was up there. That's why I quit working for you. It ain't nothing. Every time I left that place, I got a higher paying job. So what do you mean? It's very odd to me and weird that you keep saying things that don't exist and you're taking all of reality and trying to warp it, but then you have the nerve and audacity to project and ever use the word delusional. That's insane. Right? That's what they do. They sit there and smirk. I'm saying something that doesn't exist. Oh my goodness, I'm so cute. I'm saying things that don't exist. Yeah, that's crazy. What are you talking about? What? Yeah, just goes to show that every single individual who ever worked for a Coyote Ugly outside of me, right, clearly can't get a grip and doesn't understand what basic reality is. You want to know how I see you from an actual reality, point of view, considering I'm a genius, 4.2 GPA, top 10 in my class, diploma distinction? You said something about what? I'm you now? How? I'm accomplished as hell. I was a prodigy in baseball and tennis when I was a kid, and basketball. I got trained by James Silas's son. He was playing D1 college ball. I was better than him at 12 years old. What are you talking about, dude? Like, y'all is crazy, man. What? Hey, funny as hell. Yeah, now what you want is a reaction and a response because you know there's a lawsuit being filed. Yeah. No, don't worry about when either. There's no statute for this. And, when I get, by the time I get done with this publicly, I mean, they already have nothing. Like I said, none of them folks are rich. They don't have any real money. They don't have nothing. The bartenders work there. Then ladies dance on the bar for free. They get by and make their little tip out and their little money, which is no money. And this is what they don't understand. Like, don't ever front with me about money. Little tip outs and stuff, ain't nobody worried about none of y'all, bro. You talking to a dude who have bank accounts with over $300,000 in. I was in your city, my city, not your city, riding around in my Porsche drop top convertible with the music loud as hell, you know, paying $4,000, $5,000 for a month to live in the Holiday Inn on Austintown Lake. I came to your city rich as hell looking for Charles Schwab Bank where you got to have over $250,000 to even have a bank account. That's who I am, lady. That's why you feel some way, because all y'all got together, you looked up a little bit of videos and saw my history. You said, oh, he's the real deal. And instead of being a real woman and pursuing me, which I don't want, I'm not interested in none of you. I mean, literally, bro. I mean, I'd rather date a Raggedy Ann doll. Not joking. There's not a single one of them that's attractive or looks good. That's why they have to do that and say, yeah, and she's gorgeous. Because it's all fake. What? I know way too much, sister. You want to get me started? Okay. Let me tell you something about Melissa. She ain't gorgeous, but she does cheat on her husband regularly. I'll tell you that. Yep. Are you gonna ever tell that typical, regular, you know what male, what's actually going on? How she entertains other guys so that she can barely get by? Come on, man. You people told me everything, man. You said it's odd that I said the truth. There's something weird. Oh, are you uncomfortable? You're uncomfortable because I listen and I speak the truth? Like, what? You people opened your mouth and told me everything. That's on you. Like, I'm genuine with everybody. You then formed a conspiracy against me, and you're trying to affect my life and everything I'm doing and my money, and you think I'm not going to respond? See how they are? They want to start stuff, but then when you stand up for yourself, oh, you're the bad guy. Bro, y'all weak and convenient, bro. That's you can't be serious right now, bro. That's hilarious, man. I laugh at you, bro. You make me laugh. Folks like you make me laugh. Like, brother, I know everything about you people. That's how silly you are. She told me she worked at the aquarium, right? You act like it's one individual. Bro, I talk about everybody. I'll talk about every single one of you. TJ was sleeping outside of a jewelry store. You helped him so much. And you really did. I mean, you let him sleep in a chair in front of me while I was working as hard as I could. And he would sleep in this chair right in front of me, right in the bar. That's where he was sleeping and taking his naps because he's homeless and always has been and always will be. Right? Just like he got banned from that hotel and he tries to say, oh, I got banned, then how come I'm here? Well, I don't know. It sounds like corruption to me because you definitely got banned because I was right there and you pulled that stunt with the guy working in the lobby because you said something about your ID, that he gave your ID to the wrong person or lost the ID, right? Or something like that, right? It's hilarious, man. Are you sure? Are you sure you want me to talk about you now? Are you sure? Are you sure that you want me to go in and say reality? So that's what they do. They want a reaction out of me so bad they think. I told you, you think these things and you think wrong. No. See, I'm not the one. I don't play games. Right? So, like I said, we just don't tolerate disrespect on any level. Never have, never will. You want to say something about 6th Street? I'm the king of 6th Street, and I have literally established that at a street level, right? For real. Like the real thing, which takes a lot of hard work. It takes being a man, and it takes a lot. You know what I mean? It took a lot. I paid my dues in the street. You can't take that from me with words, honey. Why are you speaking on me? You don't get to talk about me. Understand that. I'm not a guy that people can just talk about. You're an underling. You're an inferior. I'm your superior. Seriously. So I don't know what you're talking about. See, I'm not overcompensating. I'm not trying to one-up no one. I'm not speaking from an ego or fake place. No. You really my inferior. I'm your superior. I do this for a living. We operate above the feds. You talking about a business? You don't have a business. None of y'all have a business, but I do. What do you mean? Hell, I have a whole enterprise. I got an empire I built, honey. You serious? We operate above the fence, bro. I'm independent. And I'm also the man who's shutting you down. I hope you understand that. What I was saying about Casino El Camino, which they're corrupt as hell into, and they always had an attitude for no reason too. All of Austin is corrupt. All y'all feel some way about a stranger? I don't even know you, and I'm from Austin and born there, and everyone in Austin is fake. Y'all was fake at Shakespeare's with that fake bartender who wasn't about nothing, who would bring candy. He was fake. Y'all make up lies like you did at Barbarella's because I made 10 grand or whatever and came up and I was going to quit anyway, right? I was just working to get some more checks. He said something like, you didn't do the trash right, which was a complete lie, right? And he knew it. And I said, well, show it to me. Oh, I can't, right? Because it's all a bunch of nonsense. No. And the dude at the front door, he was literally taking money. Yeah, he was stealing, right? Which is embezzlement, right? It's a crime, right? And I know exactly who he is. I saw him later online. He was being jelly, talking crazy too. He's never talked like that in front of me. All these folks are fake. When I come around, not a single one of them says a word to me, bro. None of them. I'm just telling you reality. So what do you mean? I mean, don't you got to kind of stand on business at some point? Don't you think? If you're going to say things, doesn't it need to exist and make sense? Like, brother, you're trying to play with my reputation and my intelligence. Like, never. Like, I'm sorry, but what? Like I said, you want to know how I look at you for what it is? What I was saying, Casino El Camino, yeah, David and them other employees from Shakespeare's would be up there. I think 100%. You got these smirks. You running a campaign against me because I'm the truth and I'm saying the truth and I'm a good person. Then you're unrighteous. You all have habits. I think 100% it's a drug ring and I'm the guy exposing it. So what now, sister? And I'm a civilian that's Batman, the world's greatest detective, and you just earned all my attention now. Real smart. So what do you mean? Like, people want to act, bro. You know what I mean? I guarantee you they won't act after this show. Right? Talking about it's still on your channel. Yeah, my channel that's a mega ultra successful business that I make check after check after check after check on. But you all have to sit there and work for someone else and have a boss. Every single one of you. Like I said, John was jelly of me. Drake is the other one. He was at Barb's trying to act tough, and without me, they would have never gotten anything done. And Drake was committing crimes when he did security. That's why all that crazy stuff was happening outside that gate with people, and they were trying to cover it up. So there's a whole bunch of crimes that Barbarella's has committed, and then he said he had a camera on. Well, did you record that? Because I highly doubt you posted that video. And you can't even post a video like that and have it stay up on YouTube, right? That might be the corrupt ones right now because it's all a network. They work from Austin to San Antonio, all across Texas to here and still make no money and get nothing done. And they think they're smart. You're all criminals and you're not even real criminals or good criminals. You're not tough. You're not thugs. This is literally the way that you're surviving and getting by. And guess what? I'm about to stop every single dime of money where y'all don't have a dime or a pot to you know what, lady. But you want to run your mouth. Okay. You could have just kept it shaking and not said anything. It was on the internet. It's not like you're going to say anything in person. None of you. Not you. None of you. Not the banditos. They soft, right? Everyone knows it. What are you talking about? And I've talked right in front of you. You know who I am. So what do you mean? See what I'm saying? That's what they do. Oh, we want to pretend there's a fake system, a fake hierarchy. The hierarchy is me, brother. I'm who defeated the cartel. You also had employees saying that their family was cartel, and he was talking and speaking like that concerning the other little guy. But when I turned up and y'all sent him to stalk me and follow me to Guadalupe to that other bar, which is also a part of this. Yeah, I feel they participated 100%, all of them. So when you sent him to stalk me, right, when I literally was going through what I was going through, right, I mean, and I was on the run for 7 years. 7 years I'm on the run, and y'all are playing with somebody who's literally on the run like that? That's cute to you? And that's when it happened. That's when it happened because of the red triangles. So that literally, Coyote Ugly was responsible for what happened. The employees there. What do you mean? It all connects the dots perfectly across the board. A-Ray committed a crime on camera. What was the point of that? And then you had the red triangle saying it was tough and funny. There's nothing tough about it. He was horsing around and I'm sitting here working. What do you mean? Some cowardly stuff, bro. What is y'all even on? So this lady want to talk and act like she can say anything? What can you say? You're a criminal and you still ain't rich. Sister, you want what I have. You want to be in my shoes. You wish you could be me. You wish you could walk in my shoes for a millisecond. You'll never be me. And nah, I'm about tired of it, man. I'm tired of you folks saying things that don't exist. Everyone at Barbarella's failed. Everyone at Coyote failed. Hell, all them bars failed. What do you mean? Barcelona got shut down because they couldn't get their quota or make any money when ACL was canceled. Every bar out there is getting shut down. What do you mean? Y'all haven't even done business for years. They've been had 6th Street shut down. It's a joke now, right? That's why you said, "Oh, I'm not on 6 now." Well, yeah, because you had to migrate, lady, because you never had a career. Oh, I'm not on 6th Street anymore. Of course, because you move around like cattle and bison to where you have to go to barely get by and barely survive. You're not exactly thriving, lady. And if rent's being paid, I can almost guarantee that it's from an illegal source and you make illegal money. That's the only people who talk the way you do and talk backwards, is people who make no sense and actual criminals, lady. I'm just telling you the truth. Real people don't talk like you. Real people have a conversation that actually makes sense and matters. Like I said, why am I your focus still? That's not odd behavior. That's weird as hell. I don't know this lady. I don't know you. I'm sure I've gone out my way to never even talk to you. But I've seen you right there in front of me and you've seen me plenty of times. You know exactly who I am and you're obsessed. So, I mean, the truth is, right there, all of you, right, are guilty of stalking. That's number one. I'm responding to that, to what you're doing. So what are you talking about? See, you keep on with this smirk stuff, but again, I have a platform. So I avoid talking about this stuff because I move on. I moved on with my life like I always do. What are you talking about? I ain't focused on you. I don't care about 6th Street and I don't care about Austin, but I'm the king of it. I'm talking about actual gangsta in the street, though. You're talking about an actual gangsta here. Make that make sense. Understand that. You are not me. And y'all ain't thugging. What? Yeah, y'all want to make excuses and enable everybody's behavior, right? What? Wasn't you enabling that dude that was with the Banditos? What was his name? Like Choo Choo Train or some soft name? Right? Talking about engine. Yeah, he's a little engine. He's a little engine that couldn't. That's what he is. Yeah, and I was right there, standing right there and witnessed what he did, which was another felony. He should have caught a felony for that, right? Concerning what happened, right? And that was him arguing with a homeless guy. Y'all aren't exactly the cream of the crop or the elite of the population, lady. Let's get real. But you think you want to talk. See, nobody's mad but you. I'm responding. That's why I'm typing. If you're going to talk and not give me an outlet to speak and on a platform where people can hear the truth and it matters, what are you talking about? I gave you the link. You could retype it out. You could come over here, right? You claiming you listening. Obviously you are. You said, I can't wait to tell him. Go, good. Go run and tell him. Go run and tell him, and then try to do the same thing while y'all try to avoid watching my stream. So y'all got members of an illegal organization trying to cheat and copy and leak my stream so that y'all won't give me views. That's how crazy what you're doing is. Everything you're doing is unfair and illegal across the board. What do you think, you're going to win? How? You lost the minute that you wanted to cheat. The minute you weren't true to yourself, you already lost, honey. You understand that? Yeah. See, I got God with me. I got God on my side. Yeah, and you just proved what it is. You're evil as hell. All of you are. Foxy. What the hell is that? That ain't your name. I don't even know your name, because the truth is, in the real world, you don't have an identity. None of these folks, none of them exist. I don't know what they're talking for. I don't know what they're talking for. I don't know what she's talking about. At no point have they made any coherent sense. So, you feel what I'm saying? Like, what is the point? What are you even saying? You know what I mean? I'm gonna turn around here because I ain't going on a whole journey today. I'm tired as hell. That's the thing, bro. I'm sitting here trying to chill. I ain't even worried about none of you. But you want to just start talking crazy on the internet. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy that a dude can have paid this many dudes in the street and have the kind of real reputation I got. And you saying I'm notorious, but then you said nobody knows me. You're a walking contradiction. And I took a look at you on there. That's great, because I can literally tune in and laugh anytime I want, because I'll just see you sitting there doing nothing. Yeah, go pay your rent. That's what you need to do. Go pay your rent, because you're going to always rent. I got news for you. You'll never own a home. That's what they all mad at, because they all homeless. You'll never own a home, lady. I sold 50-acre properties for over $100,000 right in front of your face. Right? That's why y'all did that fake ban from that Kirby Lane diner. Yeah, on Guadalupe. Yeah, because the dude was jelly, and I told him right in front of him what it was. And he's another one. He's shook. He's scared. That's the truth. Same thing at that Cafe Medici. Same thing. You called them red triangles, lied on my name. You had a problem with me issuing public statements about the truth about this group, right? And yet it's the same type of groups that are doing this. So yeah, all y'all in your feelings because I said the truth. You could be in your feelings. It doesn't give you the right to commit crimes and do tons of illegal activity and form a conspiracy. Again, you're all guilty of collusion and conspiracy across state lines. Foxy, I have news for you. You're going to have to show up to court now, lady. You just won the grand prize of being part of all of this, and now you're going to have to come to court. How about that? Yep. She sat there and they got the nerve and audacity to keep talking. Sometimes it's better to just not say nothing. Sometimes it's better to just accept when you've been defeated. You already lost. You know what I mean? Sitting there talking about, well, what would the lawsuit be for? What do you mean? What's the lawsuit for? You have any idea what happened? You know everything because all y'all talk. So while y'all going and drinking, not having fun, and everything's boring in there, like I worked there, I know how it is, right? And I was the best security you ever had. I carried everyone on my back. I was a good dude. I'm wearing a collared shirt. I'm looking good, like everything. And I don't even live in Austin. Like I literally had nowhere to go and still was that on point. Y'all all got places because it's facilitated because you got to have it. Because people feel sorry for you. Right? And y'all can't even help nobody. Y'all couldn't even help TJ for real. That's why TJ has to sit there and mooch off y'all. What do you mean? It's unbelievable. You ain't done TJ no favors. So, what do you mean? They be rolling their eyes right in front of TJ. He want to act like they his friend, but he was mad as hell every time I talked to him because they play with his money, he'd say, or his check. Okay. Like I said, you can say what you want, but I suspect allegedly possible embezzlement, possible theft, stealing of checks. And this came out in readings and downloads. Maybe it's talking about there. Maybe y'all were taking money out my checks too, because I believe it. You understand? Oh, I think there's all sorts. I don't think, I'm positive. There's all sorts of money laundering going on 6th Street. And like I said, no, I saw David and them folks, and they was counting that money upstairs. Why are you going to be upstairs in Casino El Camino counting money? Like, no, that's very suspect. Like, you don't do that. You count money in your own bar, and you count it in front of everyone so people can see. When you start going behind closed doors and you do that every time regularly and act like that's protocol or makes sense, it's embezzlement. I believe allegedly 100% that's what's going on, theft and embezzlement. Yep, and I think that's what they were doing is they go up there so that they can pocket money and cash and steal money 100% and then doctor the numbers. And I know this for a fact that that's what the bars do. I know it for a fact. I know it for a fact. There's not a doubt in my mind. Okay. Then Brandon with Soho, he commits another crime, and we know what crime he commits. It's what Epstein does. So there's a ring out there of that. There's a drug ring, right? And these are the ones who have the habits. So clearly they're answering and doing the bidding of the evil folks all together who all are part of that drug ring. So I just exposed an entire drug ring, but you say these people do their job, and it took me, what, 5 seconds to do so? See, folks don't get, you say one word to me wrong and I expose your entire criminal conspiracy and drug ring. Keep on talking to me. Yeah, keep that up. Yeah, you real cute, sister. You real cute. Faxy. Faxy. Right? Yeah. See, this is what happens when you're not real. Oh, yeah. And can you please tell the streets, since I'm out here in them and I run them, right? And I run everything next to Mexico. That's where we at. You see me dolo by myself and I'm a gangster, right? 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 Waving my arms and doing what I want because I'm really the mob, right? I run every block down here. I got power like that, lady, and I live better than you. What are you talking about? I own a mansion, estate, billions in equity, got access to buildings worth billions of dollars. That's why you're in your feelings. What do you mean? I dress nicer than you. I look nicer than you. I got everything that costs money that you can't afford. Said what? What are you talking about? It is hilarious, man. It is absolutely hilarious. You understand? Not a single one of them folks is about nothing. Never has been. Never will be. So again, what do you mean? I don't even get it. It makes no sense. Everything you did was staged. Everything you did was fake. And, you know, it's all hypocritical. I mean, Zoe was sitting there saying, hey, nobody here is working hard except for Tyree. Tyree's the only one doing everything. You just admitted it. You just admitted it. And there's tons of audio recorded, according to you, right? So, okay, then you heard everything. Zoe herself said out her own mouth, Ty's the best employee we have, and nobody comes close to Ty. So you said, right? Because that was the truth, because I did everything, and I'm a monster with it. I would barely sleep and go in there and get all the work done because I'm a boss. That's who I am, right? And I would do everything for y'all, and I helped build all them bars out there, and you're going to have to pay me massive settlements too. All them bars. Yep. So I'm getting massive settlements from this corrupt police department, that corrupt police department, and from all of 6th Street and all the bars on it. Play with me. Say one word to me 100%. As soon as I get this money that God's going to give me and I'm in no rush, I'm filing a lawsuit on every matter. Y'all are going to pay me all my money. And that's it. And like, I'm going to be filthy rich no matter what. And I'm already extremely wealthy. Kind of seems like a genius to me. Seems like a genius formula to make and spend more money than your entire government combined, which only I did. Be the only self-made trillionaire ever existed. Like I said, I got set up and targeted. I was on the run for 7 years because people were doing this same operation, being jelly, trying to play with my cars and my assets, right? And I stood up for myself and did everything right, and defended myself because it was constant, just like now with the constant spiritual you-know-whats and the constant false calls and the constant, right? That's illegal. You can't do that. So when all that stops and we get clarity, right, that's when I speak. You understand? Like right now. Y'all continue the same behaviors. You're in your feelings because I'm the richest man you've ever seen. I'm the Don Dada, and I'm better looking than anybody you've ever seen. And your actual proof and proving my point that so-called women are very odd today, and you make no sense. And you're operating out of nothing but just pure jealousy, malice, and hate and spite. And it's disgusting. You understand? Like I said, I'm just a normal dude. You know what I mean? How come y'all can't get yourself a normal man? That's my question. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't want you. I'm just saying it has to do with me because I'm a real dude and I'm good looking as hell and have a lot to offer any woman. How come none of you have a real boyfriend? Not a single so-called woman on 6th Street ever had a real boyfriend. All that stuff is staged and fake, and it's very rare. That's the truth. They're all lonely as hell. It's very rare, and it's fake and simulated, and it's always to make some statement of your spite, that you have something against your own folks, like me. You got something against the whole world. You're mad at the world because you got rejected, you know, back in the day at prom, something like that. Rip up. Trust me, you want to play these games? Go right ahead. Be my guest, because I'm going to have a field day now. I'm going to have a field day, bro, with a bunch of emotional so-called women that can't even think straight and get it together and have habits, and you renting and ain't got no position or basis to operate from, and you ain't got the Spirit of God with you. That's right. I got God with me. You understand? I got God on my side, so who could be against me? You see the difference? You understand? See, the devil can tell a lie on my name all day, but I'm always exonerate myself and prove that lie false because I got the Spirit of God and the Holy Spirit within me. The Holy Spirit. is real. Yeah, you and your feelings. Why you in your feelings? Because I'm stronger than all your coworkers? We already know that. You and your feelings because I made it spent more money than any of y'all I've ever seen? Come on, you were jelly of me at Barb's. You were jelly of me at Friends, right? I mean, you all act like karma hasn't been had. All them folks got their karma. All of them. Like, God's been handling all that. Yeah, God's been at work. Oh, he been handling 6th Street. Yeah. Why don't you talk about that? God has been handling 6th Street. All of them. Every single one of them. That's why, oh, you want to run your mouth? Okay, no problem. I can guarantee instant karma right now. I'm calling it right now. I'll make another prediction. Instant karma. For anyone who's saying anything about me that's not true, talking behind my back or hiding on the internet and talking in a way you would never talk in front of me. I'm a man. I'm about my respect, and that's the way any man should be. Who are you people? It's fake, man. You want some fake stuff, homie. When I come around and come down the block, don't none of y'all talk like this. Not the soft banditos, not none of you. And remember, I'm the one who put all these gangs out of business and actually took them on head on in the street and won. That's who you talking to. You talking to the man who they made movies about because I'm who defeated the cartel. Ain't nothing crazy about it. It's just reality, sister. You better get with it. Yeah. So what are you talking about? Huh? That's why T-Rex is scared of me, huh? All you doing is just, my reputation precedes me, baby. All you doing is just showing what a goon and a gangster I am for real because you see it ain't fake. See, I'm not acting. I'm not fronting. I'm me. You understand? That's why they want to get me worked up because they think that means something. You think anger is a bad thing? Anger is what got me this far. And well, God, but anger is what I use in business, in these streets. I use my rage. I harness that stuff. It's power. What do you mean? So I need to know what you're talking about. Because the truth is, none of it exists. None of it exists, and none of you exist. You're never going to have a business. You're never going to succeed. And you could just see it written all over your face. I took one look at you right now on that camera, and I laughed. Because you could just see it. You could see the failure in their face. You could see what it is. You could see what you want. You know, and they all have that same look. They 1 minute with my little smirk, and then the next minute you look at them. Let about 10, 20 minutes go by like I did. Come back and take a look at them. And they just look like real sad and depressed. That's them. There's nothing going on. They're not successful. They haven't accomplished anything. Not a single one of them. So why is this lady even talking? Why are you talking, cash stuff on the internet? Why are you talking to a gangster, much less like that? That don't make no sense. I'm a gangster. You're a civilian. Stay in your lane, sweetie. All right? Real talk. Stay in your lane. You're not me. You're not me and you never will be me. And all them dudes that y'all deal with are a joke and they'll never come close to me. That's like that other dude. He's like ex-military or something. They run around. I'm going to keep walking for a minute because I want to keep talking for a little. They run around trying to kiss up and act like he's someone. How come all y'all are part of the same group? The group, just like down here. Why are all of you part of the same group and you're always being jelly? I'm standing up for myself. I don't care who feels what way or who take it any way you want. It's the truth. That group is always jelly. Like I said, I'm glad that these agencies coming down here and finally doing what they're supposed to do. Maybe it's karma. Did you ever think of that? I'm sitting here trying to be a good, nice guy and protect you folks and protect everybody and protect people. But, like I said, I mean, you got to understand. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, no, you folks want to talk and talk and talk, but you ain't from here. You ain't from here. This ain't your home, and this is my home, and this is my country. And you want to be right here in front of me, and you want to come on my soil and then talk like that? You know what I mean? Come on, bro. You know what I mean? You're the one who's out of line, bro. Just like Danny was when I addressed her directly, right? And that's what they was doing, is sitting there. Oh, it's funny. It's all on camera. Yeah, your own fake security, right? The dude who's an ex-cop or whatever, right? Because they all corrupt. And he's sitting there laughing. Oh, it's funny. Okay. So it's funny. The reason I addressed Danny is because she started talking actual stalker rhetoric in front of me. I'm a grown man and you sitting here trying to talk to me slick? Who is you? What are you talking about? Who's it talking about? Danny, someone. Danny was never anybody. Danny's someone who's poor and wasted all her time working at Coyote Ugly that no one cares about. And y'all have built some delusional world that doesn't exist. And they don't even have fun. Hell, I had more fun every time I worked there or went in that bar than they've ever had in their entire career. They're all narcissists and they're empty and miserable. That's the truth, sister. So you want to talk, right? Right? Come on, man. All of them. I think the other one was named Gabby. Same thing, fake, right? They all want to act like they have some kind of fake power. All of them want to act this and that. And I'm real as hell and say how I feel and talk right in front of everyone. They'll be the first ones to sit there and act like I'm being different. Oh, okay. I'm being different. I'm not being different. I'm saying the truth. I felt the same way the entire time based upon your actions. You just never asked me because all y'all were too busy plotting behind my back. Why don't you talk about that? Sorry, what? Yeah, that was why it was so weird. There was that other chick. She saw me with a chick, a girl, right? Because I'm always getting with different women. Let's just get real, right? I'm like Tupac. I get around. Yeah. Yep. And that's the one that TJ's obsessed with. I can't even remember her name. This is how irrelevant they are. I don't know. I don't know half their names. I don't pay attention. I know Carter. Carter's a joke. She claims that she's from Houston, from Fifth Ward. Who you know? What broad you know that's like me? That okay? And you're nothing like me, but I mean, I'm just saying from that group that comes from Fifth Ward in Houston. You are not from the ghetto, sister. Please quit playing. Good. And they all really got this hyperinflated ego. They think they're someone. First of all, Danny's not even slightly attractive and looks very masculine. Number one. Go talk. You want to talk, right? Let's talk about, let's talk about the opinion of a dude who actually has been with Alexis Texas. Tyrese Sneak. Yep. Let's talk about it. Good. And Alexis Texas, literally, I turned down, right? Over and over, right? And Alexis Texas was in her feelings. Are you going to talk about the truth? Furthermore, Alexis Texas couldn't even handle me. All that talk and what y'all do for a career, and all y'all are down and out and doing horrible all the time, and you're miserable and unhappy. And Alexis Texas herself could not even handle Tyrese Sneak. This is a fact. But you said I'm crazy. I'm crazy because I'm living my life and I'm shining and I'm a baller and a gangster and a thug. I don't think that's crazy. I think that's what all of you trying to be. Last I checked, ain't that what the Banditos want to be? And there's not a tough thing about them. Walking into a bar in Austin on 6th Street, trying to pretend that you're tough or you're someone. Like, what? Yeah, that worked real well. I said, I'm the bouncer at Soho. You know about me. The whole street know about me, homie. That's why you said you notorious. Yeah, I am notorious because everyone knows I'm a real martial artist who really about it and really has history of getting down all over 6th Street. I'm a 1,000,000 in the street, sister. What? Who you talking to? Yeah, and all them other groups, they want to get keys to bars and front and flodge and false flag and pretend they tough for someone. And all y'all keep giving them these fake little management positions, right? Because you two groups have dominated the labor market and you haven't dominated anything. You've just been there in the way, right? And you have diluted that labor market as much as you could for years, and now it's my turn. Now I'm going to finally get my money, the wealth transfer, right? And I don't have to work. God already told me you're never going to have to work again. So I ain't worried about it. See, that's the thing. Them groups have always been jelly of me because they know I'm better and they want to pretend I have more opportunity, right? But that's not true. I have more opportunity, not because of my background, not because of anything else. I have more opportunity because of God, because I'm a good, righteous person. Yeah, so again, Carter is not from Fifth Ward in Houston. She's not from the ghetto. She's not from the hood. She's a joke. Gabby is another one. She's fake. She'll just smile in front of you and pretend she's cool and everything's so nice. Melissa's fake. She'll do the same thing, pretend and act like she's no nice. I mean, so nice. You sat there in front of me. She gave me a ride, dropped me off at a hotel, right? I have never even once paid attention to Melissa in any way, shape, or form. I could care less. And you just said somebody who's gorgeous who's not. If she's so gorgeous, how come she can't get herself a real husband? Like, that dude looks like he literally crawled out of the bushes or something. You want to talk? Yeah. You want to talk? Huh? What are you talking about? Yeah, does he know that Melissa goes behind his back constantly entertaining these other dudes, meeting up with him? And, like, it doesn't matter what she doing, or I don't care about that. I could care less what any of these folks do. You know, why was Tish concerned about women trying to get at me in the bar? Remember, she said, no, none of this. Like, why are you up in my business like that, lady? I'm a grown man. It ain't my fault that you know, look how you do. You know, TJ used to, all I'll say is TJ used to moo a lot. He used to go, man. And then Zoe likes to wear cow pants, so we were always laughing about the cow pants. Cow pants. Who the hell wears cow pants and works in a bar? Cow pants. Looking like a big Bessie running around. Cow pants. Yeah. She said, I can't wait to tell him. You go ahead and you run and tell him. You go ahead and you run and tell him that, again, Tyree Sneed established all the facts, and that's why I don't come around you and I don't talk to you, and I don't care about your little bar, and I don't care about nothing you're talking about, and there's a federal lawsuit, and definitely a lawsuit being filed on Coyote Ugly for everything you did because you targeted me. You're part of a conspiracy. It's collusion and conspiracy across state lines. I believe you accepted bribes, allegedly, too, from people, either the Red Triangles or Carly Fiorina, and either way, whether you did or not, you were in touch with an underground illegal organization that was targeting me. Their intentions are completely clear. They're guilty of the highest form of conspiracy crime there is known to man, that I don't have to say it because it's absolutely horrendous and disgusting that that's their intentions, right? Because they're simply jealous of me because they found me on YouTube. Jealousy is real, brother. Just like they said, the jealousy is real, brother. Yeah, talk about the truth. Right? That's what y'all do. Y'all move in negativity and jealousy. It's never anything positive. It's never anything real. And then folks like be groggy in the morning and show up at that bar and ain't even getting nothing done. You act like that bar means anything. That bar is a failure, as well as every other Coyote Ugly. I don't care what none of you say. Real talk. 100%. And like I said, I'm who's taking you to court. I'm taking Coyote Ugly to court. All in good time. Be patient. 100%. And that lady who likes to go in the bar and flirt, I heard, and she'll entertain dudes who are scrubs, right? Because she's nobody. She's just a regular person. She's not rich. She's not successful. She's like all of them, and that company is going down the tubes, right? That lady is going to cough up all that money, right? Because I don't believe there is much money, first of all, but the thing is, it'll be like company yield profits. Like, it's not money that goes in her pocket, but it's the company as a whole. You might end up having to sell me the whole Coyote franchise and business, actually. Sure. This is how karma works, lady, and this is how it works. I mean, why am I so important to you? I'll tell you why, because I'm the real Batman. That's why all y'all so triggered and pressed when I come around. That's why Foxy was losing on her fake live that ain't gonna make no money. Y'all beg, bro. Y'all beg for stuff that ain't even worth not even a millionth of a cent. Are you serious? But you want to talk. You want to say something to me. What can you possibly say to me? I would love to know, sister. Any of you. Sorry, but what? Like, come on, bro. Oh, yeah. And then I heard Gabby went back to college or school, or went to college or school. That means she failed as a bartender. She didn't succeed. She didn't make any real money. And that's what y'all do. Y'all barely get by and pay your rent. You're like that other dude, that Carlito or whatever the hell his name was, Carlos. They all have the same names. Whatever the hell his name was. Like, come on, bro. Y'all are all the same, bro. Y'all struggling out there, bro. Y'all been struggling. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? You tell them the truth. Tell them about how I G-checked and sunned everybody. Tell them about what happened with that other dude, too. I forget his name. What's that dude's name? He liked to go into that bar right next to Coyote that's part of this, and they corrupt, too. That manager is two-faced. He's hypocritical. He's fake as hell. He'll be like, yeah, I'll help you out. They never help. Yeah, you know which one? The Buck bars, the Buck franchise. They're a part of this, too. They all work together. None of them are innocent. They're not good folks. They're not good people. And them white boys that they hire, too, they're part of it, too. It's an underground actual criminal conspiracy. I don't care what none of you say. And there's 100% guarantee money laundering and embezzlement going on. What they need to do is the feds and these folks need to investigate every bar on 6th Street. I guarantee you there's tons of crazy stuff going on. It's nothing but criminals. And my part is, just because you a so-called fake criminal, because you're not real, and you do a bunch of horrible nonsense that you shouldn't be doing in the first place, doesn't mean you get to talk to me crazy, okay? None of you. I'm the mob. You're not me. You're not tough. You're people who make a lot of mistakes, and you're regular folks. Stay in your lane, sister. Got that? Stay in your lane. Other than that, yeah, I've had enough. I ain't hearing nothing they talking about. Let me see. Any other points I got to go over? You got that other dude who's the giant. He's the Jolly Green Giant, right? That wannabe. He was trying to act like he was tough. He has no emotional self-control. So he was going around wilding out, acting crazy, and probably in and out of jail and prison, or should have been. Like, he was going to slip up at some point because he was trying to act too tough. Then you brought in the biggest guy you could find, right, from the San Antonio Coyote Ugly. That was a joke, and he kept on, picking up everything in the bar like he was proving a point, right? Another meathead, right, who wasn't even strong. I mean, none of that stuff matters, bro, and none of that has to do with being tough or being a martial artist. Like, he doesn't know martial arts. What are you talking about? That dude was so crazy. He said, "Yeah, I used to be your size." Yeah, right. Like, what did you do? Eat like eight cows at the same time? What? I used to be your size. Like, what? Bro, let me tell you something, man. I know what you want, and that's why you're unhealthy. You understand? See, that's the thing. When you got guys like that weak, they want to impress girls, and in the process, you're not impressing anything when it actually comes down to it. What you're doing is just, doing it to yourself and messing yourself up. That's what a lot of weak dudes do. See, I'm me. That's what you got to understand. So, yeah, she thinks it's cute. She want to open her mouth. Okay, no problem. Now I just went in. Now let's see you respond to that. And I'm gonna be out on 6th Street too, walking right in front of you, talking. And I'm the king out there, and everybody know Austin is my city. And I'm an actual celebrity. Like I told you, I won, honey. I succeeded. When I come back as the successful real Batman who literally defeated the cartel time and time again and does this for a living. Every day I wake up, most of the time I put on a bulletproof vest and steel armor, and I go out in the street to get busy. You don't live like me. Y'all ain't gangsters, and you ain't thugs. There ain't nobody on 6th Street who a gangster. I know everything about every single one of y'all. I got a story about every one of y'all, how you soft, one of your mishaps, but you'll never hear a story about me slipping up, ever. You'll never catch me looking silly on camera, nothing, because I'm really what I say I am. See, it's about a name. You understand? It's about basic respect. It's about when somebody's a hood legend, you can't do that. It's a violation of G code. You can't run around talking crazy on somebody's name. There ain't nothing fake here, homie. And the thing is, you got an issue with respecting me because of my background and who I am as a person. And you want to act like we're not street or we're not this. I'm the example of what a man should be. All y'all folks ain't even from the street. So I'm setting the record straight and proving to you, no, my folks have always been the gangsters. And all we do is get this. All we do is get jellyfish. We don't get no favors. We don't beg for handouts. We don't ask for nothing. And I made every dime myself off hard work. Now, what do you got to say, lady? Yeah, I'm a man. I don't ask for handouts. I don't deal with broads like you because you're not anywhere near my level. I know my self-worth and my self-value. Seriously, I would never even entertain you. All them chicks that ever worked at Coyote Ugly, there's not a single one of them that I would want to date, that I would even talk to, that I ever flirted with. Nothing. You can ask all across the board. I promise you. So what are they even talking about? Like, see, that's the thing. When you around and you already feel that insecure, and you got to go out your way to try to make a statement that ain't even happening and ain't even in existence. That's crazy, man. That don't even make no sense. Like, what statement is you making? That y'all jelly? Yeah, they think they running something. You don't run nothing. They run their mouth. They don't run nothing. Never have, never will. You understand? And now you're finding out too, and that's what I'm saying. These agencies are here doing their job finally, and they never ever, like did what they were supposed to do as a government. So now they have to do all this. No, I'm glad it's happening. It's what need to happen. I hope they come down here and I hope they do what they're supposed to do. 100%. That's what need to happen. That way we can quit having to deal with all this riffraff, right, and nonsense. Real talk. Because I, for one, am tired of it. I want all these agencies to just do their job. I want them to investigate. I want them to make the arrest that they're supposed to. I want them to do what they're supposed to do. Because that's not my job. I'm a civilian. I'm the gangster in the street. I go hard body. I'm independent and sovereign. I'm an actual thug. I'm the mob. I operate independently. I don't deal with no one. I don't answer to no one, and I don't got a boss. You know what I mean? So that's why you saying that fake stuff. You don't have a business, but I do because you listening. They actively listening, bro, and then they talking about, oh, nobody knows you. But you just admitted and said I'm notorious, and you know exactly who I am, you claim. It can't be both, sister. See, you right there, you got a habit, and you not making any sense. What's up with you? You okay? Yeah, see, they think this stuff is going to work, and then you keep saying folks is mad. Ain't nobody mad. People are naturally going to, feel some way and get upset if you're lying on their name. I mean, that's being a human. Yeah, it's called reacting and responding. It's what humans do. Yeah, and you're not human. That's why you just sit around empty and miserable, not doing anything. What are you talking about? What? You're not happy? You're not anywhere near my level. Are you serious? Like, what, bro? You have no money, no nothing going on. You in Austin, bro? It sucks to be in Austin right now, man. I know you barely getting by. You got to worry about your stability literally every day. You got to worry about, is this next paycheck even going to come? Like TJ's out in the streets if it don't happen. That's why when I went to the hotel, I stopped calling him. I was like, I'm not going to keep on sharing a room with you. You know what I mean? You're a grown man. I want my own space. You feel me? Like, and I don't even live there. Like, that's the thing. I'll walk down the street. They be talking about, yeah, you see him, he's homeless. How am I homeless, but I've owned a mansion and a estate this entire time? How that makes sense? How I'm homeless, but I got access to buildings worth billions of dollars? How am I homeless, but I sold a 50-acre property in front of the same people saying I'm homeless? It don't make no sense. What it shows is the agenda, and that it comes from Carly Fiorina, and it's literally a actual like nationwide, worldwide conspiracy, I believe, 100%, and it's all directed at me, and it includes all of the Freemasons. It includes the Bavarian Freemasons that I defeated, all the witches' covens that I defeated. I'm a witch's worst nightmare. So what are you talking about? See, you talking at the wrong time. You want to act like you don't know about me. You know about me. You know what I mean? Like I said, no, I already know what it was, man. I went to pick up my check. Them fools looked shook. It was hilarious. Because they know I don't answer to nobody. I don't respect any fake authority, and I'm me. You understand? Like, I stood up for my respect. Like, you're gonna talk to me with some respect. That's all. It wasn't even that big of a deal, bro. Y'all make a big deal out of every little thing, bro. Tish was sitting there complaining. I heard that you lost your job. So what was the point of ever working there in the first place? Let me ask you something. What's the point of working if y'all ain't going to ever own estates or buy anything and own anything? If you're never going to have a home and you're never going to be able to make that kind of money, which is over 100,000, 300,000, what's the point of working at all or even trying? No wonder you feel so defeated, and you got a self-defeatist mentality because you'll never, make it in the game or win or be successful or own anything or be rich. And all of them in their feelings. So all y'all do is complain and whine and make false calls and run and complain and, be in your feelings because that's all you know how to do and that's all you've ever done. That's all you have to offer anybody. Because at no point were any of you about making money or money makers or successful. So what do you mean? Brother, I got nothing to hide. We could talk about anything. Like Max B said, ask me anything. I'll tell you a level. You feel me? I got nothing to hide. You want to talk? She said, I can't wait to tell him. Oh, okay. So you just admitted to collusion and conspiracy there, right? Real smart. You do understand that it's a RICO case, right? That's already won. The entire federal lawsuit is already printed out. I already have it. Just like I got names and channel names that involve all the YouTube stuff on my True Alpha Dating Advice channel. You can go see that publicly. The agencies have no excuse. They need to do their job and they can make the arrests anytime they want to do their job. That's on them. Like, I could care less. God sees all. God is going to handle all this. He's been handling it. That's why I'm not worried. The fact is 6th Street fell apart and everything on it fell apart. And everyone there got their karma already and will continue to. And the karmic storm is just barely beginning. So have fun with that, sister. So next time before you speak my name, right? And she got real quiet too. She started to realize, yeah, this dude's for real and he's not backing down. Right. I stand on business. You don't seem to get it. There's guys you can talk about and there's guys you can't. I'm one that you can't. Understand that. Yeah, see, the Banditos ain't it. That's why the Banditos back in the day, they were like, yeah, do you want us to back you? And I said, no, I handle my own affairs and problems. I don't really need like Bugs Bunny behind me. You're not tough, bro. You go to Coyote Ugly, bro, to hang out together and you're grown men and you get on motorcycles. It's like Cartman told you, like, everybody just thinks you're right. What? You're not gangster. You none of you. You're not gangster. You're not thugging. And like I said, I don't care how many different folks it is. All y'all people keep acting like you want to really be on this energy, but y'all don't keep that same energy when I'm in person. Everything's fake. And on a platform, much less where there's rules and I got to be real calm and follow the rules. I don't even talk like this. I talk a whole different way. Yeah, these folks are soft, man. That's what they do. Talk behind your back. Oh, yeah, I just remembered her name, Michaela. Michaela was the one. She saw me with some broad out there, right, that I got with because I'm always getting with different women because I'm a boss and a player. And literally, Michaela was their inner feelings. That energy came out of nowhere. Like, I was always nice to you. I was nice to every single one of these so-called women. I never was anything but respectful and nice. Never even had a problem. I don't know where all this is coming from outside of jealousy. I mean, you can't tell me that it's not that you're jelly because I built a company. That's why you're trying to take the words out of my mouth and say you have your own business when you don't, because I do. They literally quote me, bro. These are self-defeated so-called women. That's why they don't know anything to do, because they're devoid of knowledge. Ignorance is hard, man. When you like that, that's why they can't get no other job other than dancing on top of a bar. And y'all don't make no real money, man. I've seen the tip outs, and like I said, I 100% think that y'all have been stealing and pocketing money and are guilty of embezzlement, theft, and everything across the board. That's a drug ring and another Epstein ring that I just discovered, and I'm not joking. I know this for a fact. You can say what you want. I know for a fact because I know what I saw. And why did you let the little engine that couldn't get away with his crime that he committed right in front of me, right behind Coyote Ugly? Why did you let him get away with that? Because you're corrupt. So what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Then there were members of Coyote Ugly getting arrested, going to jail and prison probably, right? And they were sitting there and couldn't do anything about it. And the other dude who's a scrub, he would always talk and run his mouth, but like, you can't even speak to me, bro. You don't know who you're talking to. And he was trying to say, well, don't take him to jail. And the guy was like, he just did what he did. I have to. Like, that's the thing. Like, y'all folks is abrupt as hell, bro. Y'all don't know how to act in there, bro. There's nothing professional about you. Keep my name out your mouth. I ain't got no connection to you. I would never want a connection to Coyote Ugly. It's a sad, embarrassing establishment. And I guarantee you, if you ask anybody real and read reviews, everybody going to say the same thing. Keep my name out your mouth, bro. No, I'm not you. I don't talk to you folks. Like I said, anytime I worked there was to get my money so I could pay my property taxes, sell my 50-acre property for $100K, which I did. And other than that, I never wanted anything to do with any of you. I think the whole thing is a joke. It's a silly bar in the first place. Like, what? I could build a bar that ran better in 5 seconds. Like, real talk. It ain't nothing. So what are you talking about? Like I said, John was jelly when I made that 10 grand. So was the manager at Barbarella's. Drake was saying all that fake overcompensating. Drake was talking about, yeah, I got over 100,000. I'm just out here to be out here. Yeah, right, bro. Y'all need to stop lying, bro. All you do is lie. You ain't never going to have no 100,000. Why are you overcompensating with me? Why are you in front of me, jelly as hell, talking about you this and that? You're not that. Drake, you are not a tough guy, bro. The thing is, like with you, like I said, and you can sign the waiver straight up. You love to act tough, bro, but you do it with everyone else. You ain't never done that with me for real, man. Come on, homie. You want to really like sit there and pretend? Drake was never a tough guy, man. You look silly at barbs. You committed a million crimes because you can't even hold it together. You have no emotional control, no self-discipline. You ain't that strong. You're just kind of a big guy, and that's it. You were never tough. You ain't it. You ain't it, brother. Just straight up. You ain't it. You ain't never been it. And I really am it. So, like I said, nah, I mean, if you feel some way, hey, no problem, brother. I mean, you can sign a waiver. I'm for real. See, I'm not these other dudes. I'm telling you, if you think that Drake could hold a candle to me, you silly, bro. Real talk. That's what he said. They so delusional. They want to keep saying things they know aren't true. And you're going to talk right in front of me and troll in reality? And I'm supposed to care? This is why I go silent. This is why I don't talk to none of you folks. Like, bro, do you know who you're talking to? Do you know what I do for a living? I'm Van Helsing in reality, bro. And them folks in society like that, they're so fake, they want to act like they don't even understand it. Like they don't comprehend, but they do. Could never walk in my shoes, little homie. Ever. Yeah, like I said, I own my own league. Anybody can sign a waiver. You feel some way? You really think you something? I mean, okay, no problem. Because to me, I welcome all challengers and I accept all challenges. You understand? I'm just saying, bro, y'all do a lot of talking and all this and that. I don't have no point to prove with folks like you. And that's the point. They want to create another distraction. Man, I wouldn't even entertain something like that, especially right now. It'd be silly. You know what I mean? And after what I've been through, my whole point is like, I already won against y'all. What are you saying? Drake is broke. Y'all in Austin, bro, the living cost is too high. Y'all gonna stay poor. You ain't never gonna get nowhere because you don't know what you're doing. Just straight up, bro. I don't care what you talking about. You ain't make no money. You ain't make money like that doing basic bar security. You got bills to pay. Come on, bro. Can't be serious, man. Don't even make no sense. If you had money like that, bro, you'd be traveling, you'd be having fun, you'd be going to the best restaurants, going on vacations, everything the best of things money can buy. Like me, you ain't gonna be sitting there working at Coyote Ugly with no 100 grand, bro. You got to stop that. See, I'll do that. That's my style because I just won't let you know. And like I said, I'll be back up there on 6th Street. I ain't worried about Coyote Ugly, that's for sure. I don't even go in there, bro. I don't go over there. I don't go anywhere near y'all. I don't want nothing to do with them, bro. That's what I'm saying. There's nobody that wants anything to do with them. That's why it's the same regulars and the same people that go over there to drink, because it's all the basically the people who were always, always failed and were never anybody. All the posers and the liars. That's exactly what goes over there. Yeah, facts. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you want to have an opinion, you want to act like you better than someone, but y'all are literally not even close. I mean, we're talking about literally, I mean, this is literally the lowest tier of whatever that you could possibly talk about or deal with. Are you serious? What? So I ain't worried about your opinion. I ain't worried if you in your feelings. You say that you're not mad, but all your actions reflect and show otherwise. Brother, you all are obsessed with me. You keep talking about me. Danny was sitting there saying, "Are you still rapping?" Right, because you saw my rap career that was real, and I'm worldwide independently established, and you felt some way, and that proves that you were talking to the Red Triangles. I know exactly what it is. I know all y'all talked together, they talked to each other, and got together. That's a very unfair thing to do with a gangsta, who really pays dues in the street and is a real dude, to be watching me and trying to monitor me, I'm trying to do what I need to do as a man. That's completely unfair. That's why it's a federal lawsuit. You have no right to be paying this much attention to me. Why don't you get a real job, get a real career, go get yourself a real home, because every single one of them is homeless, and that's it. Get a normal job and move on. By the way, Tommy Berghardt, the other main dude over there too, he's broken poor, and all they do is go to fake coyote events. Who the hell wants to do that, bro? Even that lake trip was silly as hell. You understand? And I'm gonna keep it real. I know what they was trying to do. I know what they was trying to do with all that, and I'm not even joking. I know exactly what they was trying to do with that when they took us out there to that lake and all that. I know exactly what they was trying to do. Real talk. Like, nah, hell no, bro. I'm good. You know what I mean? And there was actually a moment there where I swam out, and I can see how you can get too tired. You know what I mean? And it almost happened with me. No joke. And then they were playing games on the slide, and then that other little dude did what he did there. So yeah, they were playing real games, and it was a whole conspiracy. So pretty much everyone who worked around that time or was a part of this, you're part of collusion and conspiracy across state lines as well, right? And it's a RICO trial and a RICO case, and it's guaranteed. I don't care what you say. No, it's guaranteed RICO federal indictment, right? Because I mean, you can just see all the crimes that have been committed, and I have actual evidence of it. I have a receipt on Cash App from TJ, right, with him repeating the rhetoric that the Red Triangles use, which is a crime, right? Like I said, this one, Foxy, is now guilty of slander, right? And I mean, I don't have to prove it all, because, like, I mean, that's on a platform that they probably don't record it. Maybe my lawyer can pull records, but it's not really, it's irrelevant. But the point is, like, no, I mean, if whoever is a part of this, if you're going to admit admission of guilt, which you just did, that's enough. That's all I need. They can investigate on their own and figure everything that you all have done, because it's not just regarding me, it's all around the clock. You're trying to tell me that y'all commit all these crimes? That's sad, bro. That's hilarious. You do all that and y'all still poor? There's not a single girl who ever danced on that bar in Coyote Ugly that's ever been rich or successful, and that owner of Coyote Ugly is poor too. I don't care what you say. These are facts. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you the truth. What happened is they're a little bit too insecure, and I can guarantee you that the owner of Coyote Ugly is doing something with that money, and they take that money, and I bet you anything they're doing a bunch of other weird stuff. Yeah, and then she's trying to like act like they're models and stuff. Like, they're not models lately. Like, why are you taking them out to places and having them, whatever, try to pose for the camera? Like, I venture to guess what the hell else is going on. Like I said, Brandon's the manager at Soho. Everybody knows he's corrupt and a full-blown narcissist. He ain't about nothing. I exposed him, stood up to him. He knows what it is. He's scared. He's shook. And like I said, he's literally guilty of what Epstein does. And everybody knows it too. 100%. And he does it right in front of them. So how are you going to tell me anything when, I mean, even your police force in Austin is a complete joke and completely corrupt? Like, what? The man is like in his 50s or something, at least, if not older. Like, he's an older man, at least 40 something. He's a grown man, bro. Like, what? Like, yeah, that's why he has all them functions for them college students at the bar. Yeah, his name's Brandon. Huh? So what are you talking about? Oh, and I told him what it was too on Facebook already. Like, straight up. Like, nah, he needs to grow up. Like, it's getting sad talking about, yeah, we've been in business for this many years. Yes, and Soho has always been one of the worst bars on 6th Street and was a complete flop. Congratulations, Brandon. And you have tons of people, tons of employees who say that you never paid them. And one of them who you didn't pay, I believe, literally, I believe, was guilty of another crime. Yeah, I know everything about everyone. The guy, and he was asking me for help. He was saying that some of these gangs were talking to him and telling him things, and he was running to me for help. You know what I mean? Even after what he did, it's crazy, man. It's just crazy out there. You know. And then you had the other guy. He was talking about that Quack was responsible for him getting locked up. That's what he said. He said Quack was responsible. I know exactly who I'm talking about. The thing is, all these folks want to think there's someone. None of you are anybody. This is the thing. You can think, tell yourself whatever you like, act like this. That's what people in Austin do. They try to act like there's something they're not. But see, I'm the real deal. You can play all those games with whoever you want, just not me. See, I'm the real deal. I'm the real thing. You understand? So yeah, no, the buck stops with me. I'm the brick wall. You understand? With anybody. It don't matter who. There's not a single one of you out there who's tough, bro. Just be yourself, brother. And that's the thing. This is what happens when you meet dudes who really from the hood and ghetto like me, the original hood that was actually built, right, and defended it, and really from the projects and really, about that. Like I'm about that. I'm the real thing. You not. Not a single one of you on 6th Street. Don't ever act with me, bro. Come on, man. You know what I accomplished when I was at Dizzy Rooster, when I was at Chugging Monkey. They had me up in the office. They had me. They said, we need your presence because you the best security on this street. They had me at every little event that you don't even know about. And they had me up in the office, lamped up, chilling. What are you talking about? Till them folks started doing what they doing and kept calling the phone of Biggie, the owner. That's the only reason I lost my job. Not because I did anything wrong. Jermaine was like, you're the best employee we've ever had. He was like, you're amazing. I built the bars on 6th Street. So when you say nobody knows me, that's the silliest thing I ever heard because everybody know me. Like I said, as far as I'm concerned, bro, the more the merrier. The more people want to go against me, want to keep on, trying to play with my name and defame my character like they did with Pac. That's fine because the more you do this and the more spiritual stuff you do, the more powerful I'm going to get. And that's how it works. And you giving me a real reputation, and you prove you're not giving to me. I earned my reputation first. So let's get that straight. But my point is, you solidifying my reputation and you're validating it. See what I'm saying? So yeah, you could do your smart stuff and you'll watch me succeed every day, and I get paid to talk publicly. And I told you, I'm gonna talk about your mishaps and your mistakes. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care what none of y'all say. I'm 100% gonna be the reason why all this stuff stops. All that drug trafficking, all that these criminal rings, right? All of them, the drug rings, the Epstein rings. I'm gonna be the reason why all this stuff stops. I'm going to be the reason, just like I was the reason down here and everywhere for a lot of corrupt officials being arrested because of the evidence that I've presented forward publicly through this platform. I'm going to be the same reason why there's a whole bunch of arrests made on 6th Street. Watch. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it that bars are going to shut down because of me, and all these folks are going to go out of business, and there's going to be all this karma coming their way, and they're going to be like, what the hell happened? What happened is you met Tyree Sneed. You'll meet Tyree Sneed. The minute Tyree Sneed touched 6th Street, 6th Street was already about to get shut down. And that's what happened. You ran into Tyree Sneed and you wanted to play games. You wanted to pretend, sorry, because none of you had played games in front of me. You wanted to pretend you wanted to play games, right? So now God's going to handle it all and karma's coming. Watch. I guarantee you that every bar on 6th Street will get shut down now. I guarantee you that 6th Street as a whole, right, is just not, it's not going to succeed. You know what I mean? So, I mean, do what you do. My business is thriving and succeeding, and everything y'all touch is going down the tubes and failing. Everything I touch is turning to gold. You feel me? No, I'm about my respect, man. I stand on business. You see, I don't let that stuff slide ever. I don't care who it is. I don't care where I'm at. That's the difference. And I'm gonna tell you what, I would never ever, allow myself to be in that position. That's why I don't be around y'all. Because I know what folks like you want. You want to pray for my downfall, and that's what you want. You want me to get upset and react and respond and stand on business somewhere so you can have an excuse. That's what you've been trying to do this entire time, man. That's cowardly as hell. How you going to front like you about something and talk all this crazy stuff, but then have a system you hide behind and try to rig everything and hide, literally hide and try to rig everything so that, everything I do is wrong, but everything you do is just okay and excused. That don't even make no sense, bro. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. You know what I mean? So for me, like, I don't care what people tell themselves, man. It's funny to me. It's crazy to me how y'all do this much talking with a dude who's completely independent, solidified, and the real deal. There ain't nothing fake about me. I'll tell whoever right in front of them. That's the difference. You know what I mean? Yeah, go to your 9 to 5. That's what all y'all need to do. Go to your 9 to 5, right? Be quiet and mind your business. That's what all y'all need to do. Straight up. All y'all. Ain't none of y'all built like this. Ain't none of y'all me. Ain't none of y'all from the street for real. Ain't none of y'all it. But I am. You understand? Real talk. I don't care, bro. I'm with whatever. That's the difference. Yeah. So see, that's the thing. Nah, when you really a thug and a gangster, there's dues you have to pay, and I've paid mine. It don't ever stop for me. I'm cool. Bring it on. Bring all of it, man. Bring all that envy. Bring all that jellyfish. Bring all them lies, and I'm gonna prove every lie you ever said wrong with the truth. And I'm gonna stand on business. I already proved all y'all wrong. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I mean, the owner of Coyote Ugly will never come close to me financially. Not anyone, not the owner of the entire franchise, could never hold a candle to me. Okay. And that bar has a history of how they treat employees and how they treat men. And that is going to come out in court. I can pretty much guarantee that that whole enterprise is more than likely, after I file these federal lawsuits, more than likely they're going to go out of business and get shut down. They might have to sell me the entire franchise, and I deserve it. You should give it to me straight up. You don't get, I'm a real businessman. You want to talk to me? Let's talk money and let's talk business. Like I said, the owner of the entire franchise, I've made and spent way more money than you could ever fathom in my life. That's why you're doing this. You're doing this because of my success. See, that's wrong. That's sick and wrong. When someone succeeds, you should reward success. You don't sit there and act like this. You know what I mean? Like I said, they had no reason to even act that way. They could have just been normal and been like a normal person and taken the opportunity to get to know someone or whatever, or been productive or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? They could have done the right thing, but instead, oh, you want to play games. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Real talk. What's this one looking at? Another one. That's all these so-called women. You got an opinion, you know what I mean? But you can't stand on it. But I'm out here every day and I stand on business. And they all feel some way about it. That's what they do. Oh, I know him. You don't know anyone. What you need to know is a job application. That's what you need to know. Yeah, and I talk right in front of all y'all. Hey, I ain't about nothing, bro. Y'all with this fake stuff. Feel me? Like what? Y'all got something to say? Say what you're gonna say, man. All y'all don't stand on business. Y'all ain't talking about nothing. Every single one of you. What is you talking about? Huh? Yeah, exactly. Every time. Just like now. Every time they skedaddle. Don't be looking at me somewhere. I ain't nobody. Ain't none of y'all. None of these folks is nobody out here. None of them anybody in Austin. You understand? And they mad too. They mad because these agencies here doing their job. Good. I hope they do their job. That's what need to happen. Real talk. It's crazy, man. That's exactly why we have these problems. If it wasn't for that, if they would have just actually protected what they're supposed to protect and been a normal place, you know, we'd be good. Hey, you dropped one. He's all right. I just helped him out right now because he dropped something. Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm gonna address everything publicly. I'm a public figure. When you got folks that want to say my name and think that's a good decision, not at all. You know what I mean? When you want to act like I'm not going to defend myself and stand up publicly, I am. So no, Austin is my city. Everybody knows. Just like Jermaine told me back then, he said, "Nah, everybody's listening to you." They said, "Actually, your radio show is very well known." So that's the thing. Like they know I'm a celebrity. They know I have a voice, and I'm the celebrity, and I'm what they want to be. And it's weird because I was never on that. I'm a humble dude. I just act like a normal person, man. These folks have no reason to be on what they on and talk to me like this and act like this, and that's why it's inexcusable because it's just wrong. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, y'all want to play games? I don't play games. I'm gonna come with the facts, and I'm gonna win every time. And then you're gonna have a frowny face and feel something. I guarantee you that Foxy is gonna feel some way after this show. You understand? Because all the truth finally got said. What do you mean? What's the lawsuit about? Collusion, conspiracy, slander, that stunt that A Ray pulled, right? And A Ray been getting his karma. He been getting his karma. Real talk. Y'all want to talk about these things, but I don't stoop to your level. You know what I mean? Because them folks really going through it. What do you mean? All I do is wish people well. I was nice to him. I was nice to all these folks. What do you mean? You want me to talk about the other one too that worked there that was asking me how I made the 10 grand, or the other one from the culture that worked there for a little bit and he was always talking crazy and reckless and he ain't about nothing. He's like 3 feet tall, just a regular scrub, talking about this and that as if he's even good enough for any of these women. What do you mean? You want me to talk about the other dude that goes down the street to work at them other joke of a bars? You want me to talk about him and how his girlfriend was running around behind his back? You want me to talk about that? Yeah, he know who he is. Every time I see him, he got the same look on his face. Like you can tell, like all y'all folks, your father probably had the same look, just like mine had his look, and I look like my dad. You have that same solemn look all the time. It's hilarious. Like you know what I mean? I've seen folks that look just like you. Like you ain't on nothing either. You said I'm gonna do this and that, right? You interested in women, and that's why y'all can't succeed. But meanwhile, I made 10 bands in front of your face, and it was nothing. Sold a 50-acre property for 100,000, and I went to Kirby Lane Diner and I opened my mouth and talked about it. That's the only reason why I'm banned from there, because the guy who wears glasses in there is the fake manager or whatever. He's in his feelings because I mean they got a struggle feather, right? I mean, you made up a bold-faced lie. You said that I had whatever feeling some way and this and that, and I'm doing this and that because I said something. All I did was speak and ask someone like, "How's your day going?" I mean, it's on your cameras. I didn't say anything wrong. I never do. What are you talking about? Then your other cook was lying too, saying that I talk about women or something, and I had never talked about women at that point. Now I do because of you. Thank you, brother. Yeah. Gotta be careful what you call me, because whatever you call me, I become. You understand? You want to tell me I'm doing things I'm not going to do. I don't play like that. I'm a grown man. So whatever you tell me, I mean, if you tell me that I'm doing things I'm not, then I'm going to go do that. That's the way it works. I don't play games with narcs. You understand? I don't back down. And apparently my formula works because it's how I made it this far, and it's why I'm winning. I just won against Coyote Ugly. So like I said, I could care less. God is going to bless me. I don't need none of you. I don't need no money out of none of this. And like I said, they might end up having to cough up the whole business and end up selling me the entire business. And I won't have to buy it. They'll just have to give it to me because of what they did targeting me. Yeah. So I'm the only one with a tangible federal lawsuit, not just concerning Coyote Ugly. This is a whole bunch of establishments. I could do the same thing with Friends. I could do the same thing with Soho for sure. I could do the same thing with all of them. There's not a single one of them that's exempt. They're all the same. Feel me? Oh, and Speakeasy too. And I can prove on Speakeasy, all of them, I can prove that it was wrongful firing and that it came from the Red Triangles. Yeah, I can prove the whole thing. Yeah, because it's on camera, and Kevin was saying, "Oh, you're too slow," and it was a 3-story bar, and I was moving fast as I could, and faster than anyone, and I'm fast as hell. I mean, I'm like faster than Usain Bolt. So literally, not joking. So I was moving fast as hell, and I said, "Go look at your cameras." And he didn't want to do that because he knew he was lying. You can't just make up lies. You did the same thing at Barbarella's. That's another wrongful you know what. So I have all those wrongful you know what's at these bars, and I'm going to prove that it all came from these people sitting online on the internet that are part of an underground illegal organization. I figured out my entire case, man. I figured out the entire plot against me and everything these folks did. You know what I mean? They're going to have to pay me a massive settlement, all of these different folks. And I'm talking about, we got lawsuits pretty much anywhere I go. So any company I walk in, any restaurant, any building, any business, I would suggest you tread lightly. Okay? Because anything you say wrong to me, anything you do wrong concerning me, any false stuff, anything my way at all is getting documented and is being part of a federal lawsuit. I will file lawsuits immediately. You understand? Not immediately, but whenever I get the money and I'm ready to actually do that. Feel me? I'm in no rush. That's what they don't get. I'm in no rush. You got to remember, I'm doing well, man. That's the whole point. I'm doing well, and I came a long way. And all these other folks, they just want to talk. They ain't about nothing. They ain't never been about nothing. I don't know what they talking for. I don't know what they could say, especially to me. That's absolutely crazy. That's heinous. You know what I mean? But like I said, let them do what they do. People is going to keep on talking about it. Gossip is a real thing. It's going to carry my name. And in the long run, it's going to help me. And I'm going to keep on building. All right. So I'll talk to y'all in a minute, man. Keep it real. And I'll do another show like right now. All right. We'll be right back.